What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's day is wonderful. But today we're going to be talking about a similar topic to one of my recent videos. So ways to build wealth as a W-2 employee. That's what we're talking about specifically. Now, obviously, I'm no expert and I am definitely not a financial advisor, but I do believe the things that I'm about to say is something that can help you get a little bit of extra money in your pocket and also just keep the money that you already have in your pocket in your pocket. So we're just going to get right into it, guys. So number one, if you work in a warehouse job or any job that offers overtime, man, just work it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you got to work 60 hours a week. I'm not saying you got to work 70. You know what I mean? I'm not even saying you got to work 50. I'm just saying if you can put in one more extra day of overtime, or if you like, which is an 8-hour shift, right? Or if you can just work maybe 2 hours extra every day for 4 days, that's 8 hours as well. If you can just get a little bit of time and a half in your current position, then that's some way that you can build wealth, because then that'll allow you to do some of the other things that we're going to be talking about on this list as well. So, number two is going to be, if you don't have any, stay the heck away from debt. Don't borrow money. And if you do have debt, then pay it off as soon as possible. And if you have debt, you need to be working overtime. Let's just be honest with you guys. And that's me. That's the position I'm in right now. And I actually have been, putting my money where my mouth is and been paying that 500 a week into stuff, and I've been working overtime like a lot. So I have been working 60 hours, but hey, that's just another thing. If you got debt, because stuff like that, the reason why I say that is because if you have it, then the interest is just going to eat you alive. It's just like a car. When you borrow money to buy a car, borrow money to buy a house, you're going to, there's always a cost with borrowing that money. Nothing's free. So you're going to have insurance, not insurance, but an interest rate. And the very bare minimum is usually going to be 6%. But that's still extra money. Now, you might have a higher interest rate at like 12%. And some people, even depending on your credit, as far as 26%. That's pretty crazy. So let's just try to mitigate that by, if you don't have any, then don't borrow any money. If you do have debt, pay it off as soon as possible and work overtime to do it. Now, number three is going to be invest, but not just invest automatically. What do I mean by automatic? I use this app called Robinhood. It's been out for several years, and it's kind of like one of the easier ways to get into investing into the stock market. So investing into the stock market is just a good way to have a little bit of extra money if you were to make a right call on making, like, investing in the right companies. So for me personally, I actually invest in companies that I care about, that I actually buy from on a regular basis. So if I, like Nintendo, the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out soon, and the stock prices have went down by like 6% over the past week or so because of the video game prices. And I know that's crazy, right? Like, oh, Switch 2. I said I wasn't going to buy. I said I didn't know. I'm leaning on pre-ordering it now. I am leaning on pre-ordering it. Am I going to buy an $80 game? No, thank you. But what I will say is that I do want to switch to, and I'm not even going to say what my plans are. I ain't just playing games and buying $80 games. I ain't even going to say what my plans are. But what I'm saying is, if you put your money into buying stuff, like if you go to the grocery store, you go to Walmart, then buy a little bit of Walmart stock. And the reason why Robinhood is so nice, I don't know about the other apps. I don't really use Webull. I don't use all these other apps. But the cool thing about Robinhood is that you can buy a piece of a share. You don't have to buy one whole share at a time. So if you really only have like $20 a week to put somewhere else, then you can put it somewhere else. And another reason why I like investing is because, to me, and I think that this can actually relate, other people can relate to this. If you are spending your money and you're just not responsible with it, it's harder to spend your money if you have your money in separate areas and separate bank accounts and in separate just places. So I have some of my money in my bank account, of course, and then I'll have some money in stocks, right? And there's actually a penalty for selling stocks. You will get taxed. So if you sell a stock, you're spending money twice. So you don't want to sell your stocks just to buy something, just to eat lunch. So having your money in different places is smart. And obviously, dividends. The funny thing is, Nintendo stock apparently pays 90.93%, which is literally less than 1% of a dividend yield, which is still dividends though. And Nintendo makes money all the time. So, if I put a couple thousands of dollars in there, I probably could have had, maybe $60 over the year. Who knows? I don't really know about all that. depends on how much money you put in, right? So what's 1% of 1,000? $10, but it's not. It's really going to be the 0.93. So that would be $9.3 every quarter, I think it is. But hey, imagine having $1,000 in something and you get free money because you put your money somewhere. So that's nice, right? And long story short, that's really cool. So I see investing money as having a separate account for where your money goes, so that you have an account to where you're not going to spend that money on lunch. It's just not a thing you're going to do. So that's why I like investing. And obviously I haven't been investing a whole lot, but I've been doing it now. Got like maybe $100, so that's pretty cool. My plan is to invest $50 a week now, and that's just it. Like, I think automating your money and where it goes is one of the smartest things you can do. And if I did that as a kid, as a 19-year-old, when I worked in the airplane industry, aerospace, I'd be pretty dang well off right now. But it's never too late to start, so let's get it. Number 4, though, we're going to move straight up, right? Number 4 is going to be control your impulse buying. Now, we just spoke a little bit about that just earlier, of course, and controlling your impulse buying isn't so easy, but it's literally it's just something that you have to try every single thing, every single time you even think about buying something you shouldn't. It's a battle. It's a genuine battle, especially for those of us who haven't really even controlled our impulse buying, who allowed our impulses to win for so long. You're so used to just giving up the fight before it begins now that if you actually want to control it, it's going to be an even harder fight. But I will tell you one thing, it's a fight worth fighting, and it's a fight worth winning. Because when you see that money in your bank account, that all that money that you didn't spend over the days, which probably, like, say you spend $20 a day on Uber, which is what I used to do. So over 1 week, that's literally $140. When you see that $140 still in your bank account, or if you see that $140 in a stock account, instead of not seeing it because or in seeing it in your stomach because your stomach grew because you ate too dang much, it's a really nice feeling to see it actually accumulate somewhere other than in your stomach. So that's me. And my personal rule now is, if I'm going to buy something, I'm going to buy some Uber Eats and spend that money, then I'm going to have to spend that exact same money double, and I'm going to have to invest it, because there's just absolutely no reason why I should be failing at having money in my pocket when I get work hours the kind of hours that I get. There's just no reason. So that's just it right then and right there. So that's number 4, man. Control your impulse buying. It's really a smart decision, and I promise that you will not regret it. That's just all there is to it. You will not regret it. So number 5, cancel excess subscriptions. Honest to God, if you don't use Netflix, if you literally do work too much already and you just don't even use Netflix, you don't even watch TV, cancel that stuff, bro. If you, I don't know, if you have subscriptions that you just don't use, you know what I mean, then get rid of it. Just call it a day. Don't even mess with it no more. If you have what am I trying to say? Just any subscription, whether it's Netflix, Crunchyroll, Uber One, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. If you have extra subscriptions that you just don't use, and it's just like $9.99 a month or whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, how much it is, but if it's something that you don't use, get rid of it, because that's money. Even though you might not feel like you would feel it, you feel it. You feel it that day, and it's a one-time thing, and you don't think about it because it only happens once a month. But you don't want that in your life. So with that being said, cancel that, bro, for real. With that being said, that's actually going to be pretty much everything for today. I definitely appreciate you guys sticking around. I appreciate it, man. We got 84 subscribers, guys. Like, I appreciate every single one of y'all who are here. Thank you for Amari's Games. I think it's Amari X Games specifically. But I appreciate you, because I know he shouted me out twice now. And both times he shouted me out. The first time he shouted me out, I went from 2 subscribers to literally 30. And then the second time he shouted me out, I went from 74 subscribers to 81. And I'm just like, bro, let's go. And I could even say 74 to 84, because I don't know. But I do know that anyone who's pulled up from his channel, thank you very much. And anyone who's pulled up just because they pulled up, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys being here in the first place. So with that being said, that's actually the whole topic. Oh yeah, I remember I saw in his latest video, or not his latest, but his second latest video, he said that me and him are going to collab, which is something that we talked about recently because we hung out We went to Dave and Buster's and played some Mario Kart G. I think it's called GPX or GXP, something like that. It was actually really fun, dude. It had like all the cool characters like Metal Mario. Honestly, the Mario GXP or whatever it's called is like Mario Kart 8 before Mario Kart 8 came out because it has so many characters that you wouldn't even thought of, them having. And like Metal Mario, I believe he was there in that game before he was ever in Mario Kart 8. But anyways, that's it for the day. I just wanted to kind of say how much fun we had that day. It was a really good time, and we ate some pretty decent food. Dave and Buster's is a cool place if you guys have, some money and stuff because it's not cheap. He just so happened to have like a card, with a lot of points on it, and we played a couple games, and then I just, got the food so that we wouldn't. So you give and take and stuff like that. You help me, I help you. You scratch your back, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, kind of a thing. And it was really fun, honestly. So we're supposed to be collabing on a video. We're not sure about exactly when. We gotta figure that out. But it's gonna be a fun time. So with that being said, guys, that's the video. I hope you guys found some use in these 5 different ways to build wealth as a W-2 employee. And if you guys have any tips, like please tell me. Like for real, please tell me because I'm no pro. I am just now starting to get serious and honest and responsible about the things that involve finances for the future because there's just no way I'm going to be, like where I'm at right now for the rest of my life. I'm not okay with that. But I am okay with where I'm at right now simply because I know it's not the end result. I know that's not forever. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys once again and have a good rest of your day, guys. See you later.